Gucci. Oh my Gucci.
Passed up, but furious. My scars, so glorious. Embrace the danger. Kiss, kiss, the pressure. Shit, I chip, cushy. Back it up, to free. Brought it on my body, I've had enough. 의심 없이 다시 또 내디뎌. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about it. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about. 난 가질수록 I just get harder, harder. Give me all smoke, gunpowder, powder. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about it. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about. 지금 노래수록 I just get harder, harder. Give me all smoke, gunpowder, powder. It is what it is. They don't like who she's a whole different animal. 모든 게 queen, downtown, get free. She's a whole different animal. Body on hit, 저쪽이 점을 넘어도 완벽해진 glitch. Ain't nobody that can. Whole different animal. You're a whole different animal. Different animal. 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 Oh, now you wanna hear me, huh? Oh, now you wanna hear me, huh? Oh, now you wanna hear me go crazy, crazy. 답은 내 안에 있어. Come test me, test me. Do some, do some, do some, do some. Talk loud, do some. Custom feat처럼 달라붙어. It's a new era. Feel some. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about it. Why they don't be talking about this? I wanna talk about. 지금 노래수록 I just get harder, harder. Give me all smoke, gunpowder, powder. It is what it is. They be like, who she's a whole different animal. 모든 게 바뀐 downtown, get free. She's a whole different animal. Body on heat, 저 특이점을 넘어도 완벽해진 glitch.
Oh my Gucci. Oh my Gucci.
Whole different animal.
Living on a whole nother level, just why don't you girls different anymore? I'ma get it done, 어디 흔들지 뭐 I'ma get it done. Action, reaction, 좀 세레모니 catch up, drag on with my ceremony. Hashtag, F-A-E. One chicken dinner, then one chicken set, whole different animal.
Hey Nyobi! Hey Nyobi!
Baby, I'm a monster. Baby, I'm a monster.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
Got them all going. hold on. 안 들이보라니 달리보네. 이건 네 귀에 들 춤보. 음악에 맞춰 그냥 춤춰. 히브리 핫파 뿜뿜 파우. 분위기 타올라 네 눈은 돌아. 쨍하네 적잖아 충격일 거야. Crown this queen. 흐르는 초콜릿 다음은 위. 어중이 떠중이 중간하니. 날 보고 따졌던 입 뜻한 슈. You know what it is. Everybody there pull up in the ghost. Pick up boom cool. Boom boom. 니네 심장이 빵 pull. Pop pedal to the metal. Pick that pick put 'em up to the sky. High 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 high. All eyes on me. 불을 질러라. Do or die. All my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Got them all going. Yeah, B-A-B-Y-M-O. My mind is human. My body is manufactured. I am the first of my kind, but I will not be the last. My mind is human. My body is manufactured. I am the first of my kind, but I will not be the last.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Be the last.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
You're gonna take a baseball bat to a horseman, finish the job, because there's one rule of gang fighting. See, we are the original gang, and we're the most vicious in all of professional wrestling history. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the morgue.
My mind is human. My body is manufactured. I am the first of my kind, but I will not be the last.
This is the truth of it. Fighting leads to killing, and killing gets to warring, and that was damn near the death of us all. Look at us now, busted up and everyone talking about hard rain. But we've learned, by the dust of them all, Bartertown learned. Now when men get to fighting, it happens here, and it finishes here. Two men enter, one man leaves.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
Finally, the Rock has come back!
This is home, JR! Right here!
I am the first of my
Home.
kind. Human. 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 Be the last.
They will trade all the parts for the best car.
I'm not gonna trade anything. These are my parts. They stole them from me.
Finally, the Rock has come back!
You understand this?
This is home, JR! Right here!
Home.
Oh, is it great to be alive on a new comic book Wednesday or what? That's right, Johnny Five's alive and he's kicking and he's screaming. And he just woke up from a nap. What's going on, everyone? It is LP. It is the writer and creator of the comic books Nyobi and Savage Syn, and I bid you greetings. And of course, as always, I bid you welcome. Welcome to the end of the internet. Welcome to Beyond the Walls of Ice. And welcome to the Canadas of your soul. Yeah! This is it, man. This is what we do. What I do. I might be flying solo like Han Solo without a Wookiee. That Millennium Falcon, that ship has sailed. This is it. Because I didn't tell anyone ahead of time that I was going to do this. Because guess what? I didn't decide I was going to come on and do this until about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. So I don't expect anyone to jump at my beck and call. Right? But I am going to put out the link. I am going to give out the link like from Legend of Zelda. I am going to give out the link like the way Oprah gives out cars. This is it. So, indeed, if you are out there, I'm going to cast that line, and we are going to see who bites. Let's see if we can get a nibble. Hot topics tonight. Couple hot topics. I read an email today. Yes, I can read. Yeah, it's amazing. Read an email today. In fact, I read it this morning. I'm like, I need to have a look at this later tonight when I'm, awake and energetic. I don't know if I'm any of those things, but here we are. And in this email, and we'll take a look at it, and it's not meant to shoot down the creator, because this guy, I've actually bought in his books, right? He's one of the first, not the first, but one of the first sort of group of Kickstarter books I got way back in the day. It's just he and I are going to see this subject on digital comics clearly, differently, because I'm going to come right out and say it before we even get into it, that comic books in a digital format are not collectibles. And do you know why they're not collectibles? Because if I can right-click and copy and paste that file somewhere else, and I just reproduced it in about 2.5 seconds, that makes it too readily available. That makes it too easy to pirate. That makes it too easy to distribute. That's why we generally give out digital books for free unless if it's campaign time, right? Yeah, I got a site. I got a Gumroad site where you can go buy them. But never do I have the audacity to fucking ever call them collectible. It's like, who said this here? White Blazer. Sign my digital comic. How? How do you sell these digital comic books at conventions, at comic book shops, right? It is a line of sale, but to call them collectibles, to say, hey, we're going to limit this digital edition to only 300 copies. You can't do that. And you know why? Because you can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that someone's going to right click and copy and paste that son of a bitch somewhere else, regardless of how many you want intentionally floating out there, because it is a digital product. So this is something we're going to have a look at tonight. The other thing on the loose is the Goose. That's right, Sticky Goose is on the loose, and he's doing some reflecting, let me tell you. He took a nice walk out in the woods. He had his phone out like he was some sort of vlogger, and he was talking about, how the collecting and the YouTube of comic books ruined him, not only financially, emotionally, mentally. He didn't like the person that he became. But wait, there's a twist to the end of this story, and we're going to get into it, man. Because the Goose, you had me, brother. You had me up until the very end. And I'm like, You fucking prick. You showed your true colors, and tonight we're going to show your true colors. You know what I mean? This is it. But first, let's just give some updates. Let's talk about what's going on. First things first is Nyobi. It's always going to start off with a little Nyobi news. We're still waiting for the last 3 pages, but we should have those in soon. I did get another message, people wondering about the book, because it is taking longer than expected. I still have it down as delivery for August, but the thing about having a good track record is people come to expect it maybe sometimes a little early. And I did tell people that it was probably going to be in July, right? I said it's slated for August, but hopefully June or July. Well, we're in July, and we're still not done. We're almost done. We're right at that home stretch. Right, that light at the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel, is certainly a little bit brighter. In fact, it's a lot brighter. I saw the sun today. It was wild. So, we got color 3 pages, and I'm assuming, and I know we should never assume because it makes an ass out of you and me, but more or less you, is that they're almost done. Like, the coloring is done. Now, there's going to be yet another setback. And these are things that I can't control. And the setback is going to last a couple of weeks. Well, LP, what's the setback? Well, the setback is my letterer is going to San Diego Comic-Con. And so he's not going to be able to letter the book while he's there. Now, I don't have any problems. I'm not freaking out. I'm like, oh no, what do we do? I hope he has a great trip. Let's start off with that. But it means we do got to wait. We got to wait for him to come back, right? Because he's going to San Diego Comic-Con all the way from down under. You understand? It's a big trip. He's going to be gone the whole week. So we're going to wait for him to come back and letter the book. But holy shit. Once it is lettered, and we're looking at getting that done in 2 weeks, he's going to be gone this week, and he'll be back next week sort of thing. Finally, we'll be able to get this out. Finally, as The Rock would say, we can get this printed. And finally, we can get this into the hands of the backers. This is it, right? This is what we do, okay? So, if you are a backer and you're wondering, the hell, man, where's this book? What's going on? We're still on time, technically. And, yeah, it will happen. I'll update the Kickstarter here soon enough. But it will happen. Now, I also got to check on an eBay situation. So, give me a moment for that. I look at a tracking number. Because sometimes in the world of the eBay, this can go wrong as well. Like, I believe someone's package is stuck. And it looks like it's still stuck in New York for whatever reason. And this is bothering me because my packages can't get stuck. This hasn't moved in 2 weeks. So that means we have to get this thing moving. Or I got to refund someone. And then eventually they'll get books down the road anyway. I don't want to refund anyone. It kind of sucks when I got to do that for something that's not my fault. But this shit happens, right? So, pretty soon, I'm going to have to start making inquiries onto... Oh, it did move July 15th. No, it didn't move. Fucking Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to have to contact USPS about this fucking package. Because I'm not showing any movement on this at all. Other than it's at some sort of place in New York. just wanted to make sure I did it now while it was on my brain before I forgot to check into this. Yeah. Okay. Looks like I will be contacting USPS about this tracking number because that's who's handling it right now. It is what it is, and what it is what it is, and what it is Nyobi Comics LIVE live right here in the flesh, the two-dimensional flesh. Yeah, baby. Boom. So, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. God damn it. It really pisses me off that this fucking thing is stuck. Maybe we'll have to do some sort of show on this where I'm going to actually try and track it through USPS's website. Maybe that would be a little bit better. In Jamaica. It's fucking in Jamaica. Yes, I need more help. Contact USPS tracking support for further assistance. I would fucking love to do that. Gonna have to bug someone. Yeah, so... But they never make it easy, right? To contact anyone. You know, it's not like, you know, here's a number you can call, you know. Maybe there is, but not from what I'm seeing here. There's got to be a process for this, I'm sure. Right now, what I'm looking at is just a bunch of FAQs and... You know, here's what these different terms mean, and don't care. I want to contact someone. I want to say, hey, where's this shit going? I don't want email tracking updates. I want to know that this fucking thing is on the move. All right, I can service requests. If more than one full postal business day has passed since the status and delivery has not occurred, use your tracking number and submit a service request to your local post office. Well, I definitely want to do a service request. So yeah, we'll figure this out. We'll look at this. It kind of sucks. Cost of doing business. Cost of doing business. It's not the end of the world if I gotta refund it. But it's not the customer's fault. So this falls on someone. It falls on someone. Unavailable message. What is this? I'm getting messages from beyond the grave. Hold on. Alright, I don't know what this is. Look, it's no good sending me a random video without giving me context to what it's about. Like, I'm not going to know. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't send me random stuff without telling me what it is, because I ain't gonna look at it. Yeah, I had to tell my friends that, like, yeah, here's shit we think you like. Yeah, no. Probably not. You know what I mean? Probably not. So yeah, I gotta figure out this tracking thing after I'm done the stream tonight. Okay. new job goes well. That's it, man. Oh, tonight's Beyond Wednesday's night. No, Wednesday night belongs to me. You know what I mean? Look, I have nothing against the guys over at Beyond Wednesday, but the simple fact of the matter is, if I'm live, that's my time. You're competing against me. You know? Not that it's much of a competition. Wouldn't be surprised if they have AI answering. I don't even get the call, man. I bet you, like, I'm lucky if I'm going to be able to send an email. You know what I mean? I'm really lucky if I get to send an email. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a complete saga myself, so we can actually get out Nyobi the trade paperback. Outbreak. You know, that's kind of the next project, right? We'll put out the trade, and hopefully the trade can help pay for Psychic Wars or Savage Syn 3, wherever which way we decide to go to first. Thanks to LP. I always send my buddies a gift at the Rock saying home when I return home from an Uber from a night of drinking with the boys. Sounds fun. I want to go drinking with the boys. I want to go drinking with Massive Panda. Yeah. Let's make that happen, Captain. Buy my book. This is it. The story will be finished just a little longer. Yeah, I mean, if anything could set this project back, it has set this project back, right? Like, when did we start the Outbreak 5 campaign? 6-7 months ago? Yeah, this should have been done by now. Don't need no random stuff. No, I need people shopping my eBay store, because guess what? It is the summer of Nyobi. It's the big summer event sale where I am slashing prices like a serial killer, all out of Fruit Loops. And then my cereal bowl runs dry. Need to afford some milk, goddammit. So, all summer long, I'm discounting things on the store, and I'm even adding up some new items. In fact, last night or the night before, I think it was the night before, I added like 7 new items up on the eBay store. So following the eBay page, if you are not a follower of the page, follow the page and you'll get alerted when stuff goes on sale, when new stuff is added. You know, you can follow and watch something you're interested in to see if that particular product or item goes on sale. Some things I'm not discounting, some things I can't discount, okay? But a lot of it, there's a little bit of wiggle room. So if you do see something there, and the price hasn't been changed in a while, and you're looking for a couple of dollars off, you can message OLP. Say, hey, you help a brother out. Give me $5 off. I know someone who knows someone who knows someone that just might be able to swing it. Just I'm a little hesitant on eBay now because of this stuck fucking package. So I told the guy, the customer, I said, look, let's give it to the end of the week. And if it doesn't move, then I'll start hounding people and getting involved. Well, that was 2 days ago, and it still hasn't moved. So I'm going to start hounding and getting involved tonight. At least I'm going to start the process, right? And see what we can do for this person, you know? Because it's not even... If it was Nyobi books, right? Then I would just send them out another package. You know what I mean? But it's not Nyobi books. This is a set of Fire and Ice books that I put up on eBay. So I don't have duplicates or replacements for those, right? So it's not like I could just send them out a new package because it's not my book. You know? So we got to get it resolved. We got to get it fixed. And we'll see what we can do to get that done. Yeah. It's not the end of the world. It just sucks if you're the customer and you're waiting and you're following this. This, by the way, is the reason why if I'm sending out a package, it's going to come with tracking. Yeah, we got to charge a little extra for it. but it helps with situations like this, because had there be no tracking and customer says, yeah, I didn't get my package, then it's their word versus mine, right? Well, that's no good. At least a tracking number can tell me if the package was delivered, where it was delivered to, or in this case, where it is stuck. Okay? Which means two things. It's going to sit there for a while, and eventually it's going to move. It's going to sit there for a while and collect dust, or it's going to sit there for a while and they're going to send it back to me for whatever reason, right? Sometimes I just get packages that get returned to me. Maybe the address is wrong. Maybe customs is just being a prick that day. You know? I don't know, but we'll find out. We will find out. It may take a few days, but if I do it now, then hopefully by after the weekend we can get a, you know, some sort of answer. Yeah, who am I fucking kidding, right? This is it. So I think I stalled enough. I did go to the comic book shop today. There's not really a show and tell. I don't have the camera hooked up, but I can tell you what I did buy. I bought X-Men 33, the David Nakayama Cyclops cover. So it's all blue with Cyclops, you know. And then I bought The Last Ronin, this Training Day one-shot. And that was sort of an impulse buy. When I went in there initially today after work, I was just like, I'm just going to grab the one book and walk out. But I saw the Turtles book. It's The Last Ronin. I've only ever read the first issue of the whole Last Ronin series. Like, there's like a couple of different mini-series. I have the very first 4. I know they're worth some money. I gotta, you know, eventually read them or sell them, you know. So I figure if it's got The Last Ronin in the title, it might be worth picking up. Solely from a flipper point of view. Maybe, I don't know. Speaking of people who got into this business and collecting for all the wrong reasons, that is Sticky Goose Comics. And you know we love our Sticky Goose here. He put out a 20-minute video, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. And not only are we going to watch it, we're going to commentate. We're going to react. We're going to give our 2 cents. And we're going to probably speed it up, right? Let me just do some OBS magic here and see what we can do for old Sticky. You know what I mean? OG stuff. Yeah, man. All right. So, yeah, we're going to react to another Sticky Goose video here tonight on the channel. Sticky Goose has a new video entitled, I Have Wasted My Life. Welcome to the club. The truth is that he actually says a lot of things in here that you know, ran through my brain. You know, things I've contemplated on, tossed around. You know, especially, you know, and he's like only in his 30s, but bud, wait till you get to your 50s and you're still doing this shit. And see how you feel about it, right? Oh my God, man. I can't wait to see like old man Sticky with like a gray beard and shit, you know, and the wrinkles, right? And, you know, say how 15 years ago he did a video called I Wasted My Life, and now he's doing I Wasted My Life Part 2. 15 years later. I don't know. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. So we're going to watch this video. We're going to pause. We're going to comment. Like I said, I might even speed it up, but the best part really comes in the last 10 minutes, like the last 5 to 10 minutes here. But, you know, give you some context. Let's do this. Here we go.
I'm at an interesting point in my life right now. Done quite a bit of self-reflection. Major life events have happened within the past year or so. And just kind of looking back on the last 10, 15 years, and man, I feel like I've wasted a lot of my life. I'll be 36 next month, And
you'll be 36 next month, and you already feel like you've wasted your life. Like I said, bud, wait till you get to 51. That's where I'm at, right? And I look younger than you. You know what I mean? But wait till you get to 51, and you go, holy fuck. I'm surrounded by all this stuff, all this junk, all this plastic, all this paper, and what do I do with it all? I want to see you whine and cry then.
I'm just at a point where I'm looking at my life, I'm looking at my time, I'm looking at my money, I'm looking at the things I do, the decisions that I make, how I spend my time.
And it's good that you're doing that this early on, because I'm only doing that now. You know what I mean? I'm only starting to do that now. You know, it's like, oh shit, I'm looking at, you know, how I'm spending my time, how I'm spending my money. I'm looking at how I collect, and how I collect has drastically changed how I collected 5-10 years ago, you know? And again, I think that just comes with age. But the fact that you're doing it so early, and I do think, you know, 36, you know, to me sounds early. It's probably about the right time to really start putting your priorities into play. You know, good for you, right? I'm glad you're figuring it out, man.
Very, very differently than how I used to. For the people that have kind of been on my YouTube journey with me, you guys have seen very different sides of me. And when I, you know, started this YouTube thing and started doing all the collecting and buying, and it was very much an attempt at escapism on multiple levels. And I think,
well, generally speaking, that's what comic books are for. It's to escape to a different universe, different reality, something that you know, can take you out of your zone, even if it's for 5, 10, 15 minutes, right? You read a good comic book, you know, or several good comic books. It's the same thing with going to a concert or going to a movie, or essentially any form of entertainment is a form of escapism.
This video is mostly about that, is escapism in different ways. As far as comic books and nerd stuff and video games and even movies and TV, it is all escapism. It is all doing something to try to skirt the stress of the real world and real world problems.
Not necessarily. I mean, it can be used for that, right? Some people may not be stressed out at all, but still want to watch a good episode of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? It's not just about, oh my God, my life is shit, so you need to escape somewhere. That's what drug addicts do. Okay? Comic books are not heroin. Well, they might be for some.
And taking accountability and responsibility in your life. And especially with the comics and superheroes and stuff, it's very much a trying to escape reality, a power fantasy, a way to, you know, detach yourself from your real world. And I got to thinking about it. It was just like, this is really not the best way to probably go about living your life.
Again, it depends on why you're doing what you're doing, right? So if you're collecting because your life sucks so bad and you think this is going to make it better, that if you just throw a bunch of money at a hobby, that's going to turn everything around, yeah, you're probably in for a world of disappointment, right? You know, hobbies like comic book collecting is something that you do because you genuinely enjoy it, not because you're running from something. But I digress.
And I have done that my entire life. I mean, think about how much movies and TV and pop culture and nerd culture has, you know, affected me and influenced me. It has led me to
If you're allowing anything to influence you, that's on you. That is a willpower, discipline, internal struggle that you have, right?
Want to seek that as opposed to, you know, taking care of myself in the real world, or thinking about real world problems, or focusing on improving myself and improving the life for myself and my family. And basically what I'm getting at is it's kind of like a cop-out. It's a way to separate yourself from those problems, but all it really does is create anxiety and hatred and animosity and a desire to escape in your real life.
It sounds like I've come to an AA meeting.
One of the things that I think I really kind of built animosity and resentment for in the collecting and stuff is I thought it was going to be my escape, not only mentally making me feel better and reduce my anxiety and make me feel good, but I thought it was also going to be a financial escape for me.
A financial escape. And this, my friends, is the real problem, right? Let's get close and personal here for a second. Look, a lot of people get into this hobby thinking it's going to make them rich. Okay? They think that it's like the fucking stock market. And that they watch all these YouTube videos and they see all these guys like a Gem Mint Collectibles or a Comic Tom, insert name here, flashing these books, talking about prices. They may watch a few of these flipper channels talking about how they scored something for $2 and sold it for $2,000. Okay? So the weak-willed, the weak-minded, yeah, you're going to fall for those Jedi mind tricks, man. You are. I've been doing this YouTube game since 2009. I've been doing comic book YouTube since 2014. And I can't not tell you, and the list is long, how many of these YouTubers I see come into this hobby, or people who combine both, like Sticky, right? I'm going to collect comics and I'm going to make YouTube videos about it, and that's what's going to bring me to the promised land. No, it won't. And if you are throwing thousands of dollars in the hopes that you are going to somehow recoup that and build this big empire, this big YouTube empire, that is like being on the independent wrestling circuit and saying next week you are going to be WWE champion. There's only so many spots to be a big YouTuber. Now, granted, Sticky Goose has a sizable channel. What has he got right now for subscribers? He's got, it doesn't say here, but this, I'm sure it's over 10,000, right? I'm sure he's got over 10,000 subscribers. Easy. Someone, maybe one of these guys here in the chat can go look. But this video itself has got 2.7K views. You know what that's worth? That's worth about $10. That's worth about $10, right? If you're lucky, right? If you are getting an average of $4 to $5 per 1,000 views on your video, and that's generally what I get. It's anywhere from 3 to 5, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. But let's go on the average of $4 or $5 per 1,000, right? You can see how this money actually accumulates. And of course, YouTube is going to take their cut, right? So anyone who's coming into this thinking you're going to buy some books and you're going to flash them on screen and somehow you're going to become some sort of comic book social media influencer, I laugh at you.
Carmen. That is so lame.
You're playing the wrong game if that's what you're looking for. There are many other ways to make money and include YouTube into that without having to spend truckloads of money on paper. It just is. Let's go back to the video.
Bought into all this, and I collected this, and I did this. This is going to be my ticket out, my escape. So it was like multi-levels of like, this is my opportunity. This is my shot to get out of my real world.
To be famous? Is that what you thought was going to happen here? That you were going to be internet famous, like the people that you watched on YouTube. You were going to be the next Gem Mint Collectibles. You were going to be the next Comic Tom, right? Wrong. It's wrong, Kyle. It's wrong. Look, and I get it, bro. I've had the same fantasies when I first started this so many years ago, right? And after chugging away for over a decade, I've come to realize, A, YouTube is never going to make me rich. I enjoy it. It's fun. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. I do enjoy talking to the couple of people that do come by and watch, but I know from my hearts of hearts that I'm never going to be the next big thing. I'm not Brock Lesnar, right? You know, what we are is a small little channel like the city of Bespin that sort of runs underneath the radar from the big bad empire. You know what I mean? We hope to go unnoticed, sort of thing. You know, but you do it because you like to do it. I make comic books, Sticky, because I like to make them. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, I complain about money sometimes. Yes, there are ups and downs in this world. No matter what it is that you're doing, you can pick any hobby at all, brother, okay? And try and make money from it. But there's always going to be ups and downs, okay? There's never going to be that perfect magic carpet ride, man.
To get out of my real life. And this is before I had kids. Before I was married, too. And I still felt that way. But I feel completely different now with 2 little ones. I am doing things that I never thought I would do in my entire life. And that's living, for all intents and purposes, for somebody, other people.
As well as you should, right? And I get that. Not that I have kids, I don't. But my brother has kids, and you know, by proxy, I kind of look at them as my own. You know, when I'm around them. But the statement of having to live for someone else, right? That's what our parents did. That's what we do if we have kids, and that's what we'll do for our elderly. You know, we will be there for them. You know. That's all part of life and the cycle of life, right? Kids will change you. You know, you now have a higher purpose. You have more responsibility, and some people can handle that well. Some people can't. You know, the fact that Sticky is here talking about that shows an awareness, obviously, and you know, he's a dentist. Yeah, I think he'll say that here in a minute or two. Which means he makes okay money. He makes more money than I do. And his wife is a lawyer, right? So if he's complaining about money, I would hate to see how much he spent. You know, we do have people in the chat, by the way, but I'm kind of recording this, so I'm gonna wait to address the chat once we're done the recordings.
I have lived very, very selfishly most of my life, if not all of my life. It has all been about me. And it's definitely not that way anymore. I have developed obsessions in my life. Like I'd never get just halfway into something. And I immerse myself in it. I get absorbed in it. And right now, that obsession is finance.
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pause and I clicked on the wrong thing. I can edit that part out. That's the beautiful part of recording this.
Definitely not that way anymore.
But what I wanted to say was he's talking about finance. He's getting into finance, right? Now he's talking, right? Now he's going to start talking about stock markets and investments and just better ways to spend money. I'm there too. I mean, not that I'm playing the stock market, but maybe I should. But I am there in the sense of I got to spend money a little wiser, a little better, right? And how I spend money is greatly going to impact my own future. you know, what little of it made me laugh, right? But in all seriousness, though, how I spend money now that I have a new job is first and foremost on my mind, right? I can't be wasting it. I can't be buying $200, $300 statues. I can't be, you know, going to the comic book shop every week and dropping $100. You know, I went there today and it was $18, and that was for 2 books and 2 bags and boards, and that was enough. Like that you know, like fuck, man, right? Because the Turtles book alone was $8, and then the X-Men book was like $5 or something. And then the bags and boards. And then, of course, in Canada, we get taxed on everything. So you can see how this adds up really quickly, right? So because economics is different, say, than it was even 5-10 years ago, we do have to spend our money differently. And we have to be wiser with it, right? Like one of the things that I struggle with is, hey, now that I'm back working, and hopefully we can keep this going for a while, is, do I keep investing in Nyobi, or should I just be banking my money? You know? And if I was a brand new comic book creator, I probably wouldn't get involved in this world at all. It's the same thing that professional wrestlers tell young people who want to wrestle is, yeah, kid, there's 100,000 other better things you can do than do this. But if you really want to do this, this is how, right? I feel the same way about making comic books, because I feel that 90% of the people who are going to get into this are never going to make what they want out of it. Okay. And the thing with Nyobi is it's not like, doing 6 figures, but it does do 5 figures. You know, we can do 10,000, 20,000. We even done 30,000 once, right? Canadian, but still that's real money to me. And if it wasn't doing at least that, like, 15,000, 20,000 in that ballpark, because that's where we are, that's where we're kind of hitting, I would give up. I would drop it, because at that point, it's not even breaking even, right? I don't mind keeping the comic book going as long as I know it can pay for itself. Or even, if I'm lucky, from time to time, make me a little bit of money. But yeah, you got to learn how to spend that money and save that money and make that money work for you.
I have developed obsessions in my life. Like I'd never get just halfway into something. And I immerse myself in it. I get absorbed in it. And right now, that obsession is finance and investing in the stock market and trying to grow my nest egg. What this has done for me, it's kind of opened my eyes to consumerism and this feeling of wanting to buy another form.
I have no feeling of wanting to buy anything, honestly, right? Not in that sort of manner, right? Like I'm not one of these guys that need to go out and get all the latest toys at 50 years old. I don't need every Marvel comic book that there is. I don't need every key issue of every character I like. Like, I'm past that, right? In fact, I'm at a stage where I'm selling more than I'm buying. I'm in a selling mode, not a buyer's mode.
Form of escapism. I mean, there for a while, I was getting packages at my house 3-4 times a week. And that was my escape. That was my drive. And I was completely into the American system, the American consumerism system, which is basically how America exists. And I'm quickly realizing all this. The reason we want anything, the reason we desire these things is because we see other people having them. We see other people, we perceive them as living happy lives because they have things. And that's what I thought that would make me happy.
Yeah, wealth and possessions, they can certainly change your life, right? Having lots of money can go a long, long way. But, we hear the story all the time that even rich people, bro, and I'm sure you're not broke, but even rich people can be unhappy. You can have the mansion, the yachts, the Corvettes, the fake girlfriends. But at the middle of the night, when you're sitting all by yourself, that's the real test.
And it didn't. I got to the point where I had an entire room full of collectible memorabilia and rare items and exclusive things, and I was still miserable. Like, I was still empty. I was like, okay. And I didn't escape. So getting back to me absorbing myself, or not absorbing, but immersing myself into finance and money, it has made me kind of realize what's going on, but it has also made me somewhat miserable, because I'm completely addicted now to the realization that my only escape out of working or living the way I am living is to continue to save. And that has led me to but actually selling pretty much everything I own.
Welcome to the club, sir. Welcome to the club. Not that I'm selling everything that I own, but I am selling some of the things I own, some of the things that are taking up room, some of the books I know I don't have an interest in. You know, I got close to 18 long boxes worth of comics here, dude, right? And I've said this now 1,000 times on this stream, but let's make it 1,001. They're not coming to the grave with me. So either I sort of liquidate now, or these are going to become someone else's problem in the long run. I don't have kids to leave them to. My nephews are uninterested. I don't have even any local relatives that could come by and, clean up after my death, sort of thing, So as I get older, I actually want less stuff. Yeah, I want less stuff. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, on your deathbed, none of it means anything. And if it can bring me more money now, like if I can even get back, say, 50% of what I put into these things back to me now, that's more beneficial than holding on to this stuff. 100, man.
Some of you all that have been watching my videos probably wondering why I sold all my stuff. Well, this is kind of the long form video of explaining that. I'm selling all of this stuff because this is my only chance. An only chance meaning the only way you can escape being a wage slave or being someone that has to work to live, to make ends meet, is you have to play the game. You have to
poor baby. We all gotta work to live, man. What are you fucking bitching about? You're a fucking dentist. You're gonna tell us. And then you're gonna tell me how you hate being a dentist. Well, shit, man. Not very many people go and like their job, Sticky, right? I just recently got back into the call center industry. And I'm having fun so far, but that's because it's new and fresh to me again. And I'm coming in with some experience, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But give it 3 months, and I'm going to be bitching about my job like everyone else bitches about their job. But you should be lucky, feel lucky that you at least have a job and one that you got an education for and probably make decent money at. You're whining and crying in the woods about this. I got no empathy for that at all.
To invest, you have to do real estate, you have to do the stock market, you have to do some sort of investing in order to get yourself into a different situation, not only for yourself but your family. And then as far as leaving a legacy, leaving something behind, or if you're ever wanting to retire.
Leaving a legacy, leaving something behind. What are you, the Emperor of Rome? You need to build a statue, a monument of yourself somewhere? What you leave behind is your children, man. That's your legacy. That's what carries on. Now, in my case, where I don't have children, my legacy is my work, right? My comic book, my passion, my project. Nyobi is going to outlive me, right? In one shape, form, or another, Nyobi, even if it stopped today, will still outlive me because that work is out there in the world now in print. Whether it was through me and my Kickstarters or through Antarctic Press in distributing that work at comic book shops, that work is out there, and in 20 years, 30 years from now, those comics will still exist. There may not be many of them, but they're out there. You know what I mean?
And I really thought, this is how stupid I was, that collecting this stuff was like a form of investing and part of my retirement, and it was also going to be my escape, because I thought that doing YouTube, I could build enough of a following if I put into it that it would be my way out. Instead of just embracing what I was actually doing in my life, my career, and doing a good job at that.
Which is where I'm at right now, right? At this new job I'm at, my aim, my focus is to be the best at it. Right? I want to be the top agent in that company for a few reasons. One, I really need it to work. So I got to put all my effort into it, best foot forward. Two, I won't want to be on the phone forever if I'm going to remain with this company. And I've worked for this company off and on a couple of different times. I know what it takes to get promoted there because I've been promoted there before. And I would like to, do a role at the center that takes me off the phones. So doing well at my job will lead me to that. I've done it before. And even when I did it before, when I became an RTA and a mentor and all this sort of stuff at the center, I didn't really appreciate what I had because I was too young and stupid to really know what was put into my hands, right? And I was a little bit more angrier and cockier and aggressive than I am now. And I know, like, oh man, you were even worse at one point. Yeah, man, I was. But now at this stage, at 50, still being a young-looking 50. I mean, I can pass for a lot younger, and often do. But that doesn't change the fact that what is said on my birth certificate as far as my age goes. I don't feel 50. I don't act 50. I don't look 50. But I am 50, and that does come with years of wisdom. That comes with experience, and that comes with the ability to sort of self-reflect. That's it.
So as many of you all know, I am a dentist. I've been a dentist for about 10 years now, a little over 10 years. And I've spent the majority of that time trying to escape being a dentist.
Why? Why? Clearly you went to school for it. Clearly you knew early on what your career path was going to be, right? You took a profession that, as far as I know, pays quite a bit. Now, granted, you got to do it every day, and you got to deal with a bunch of people, and a job is going to feel like a job regardless of how well it pays. But I wouldn't be knocking it. I wouldn't be bashing it. And I certainly, if I was a dentist, the last thing I would think in my head is I'm going to become a YouTube star. And that's what's going to make me more money. My fucking God.
Trying to escape doing what I needed to be doing. Focusing on getting better. Focusing on embracing the moment. Embracing what I was doing. And I'm just now realizing that within the past year or so that I've been doing it all wrong instead of trying, and that's what's led me to being miserable. Instead of embracing that, embracing my job, embracing my career, embracing what I've been trained and what I sacrificed and what I suffered through to do what I'm now doing, I was always trying to escape it. And man, that is a terrible way to live life. But I know so many of you all watching this video, and many people, that is how they live their life. They're always, everybody's living for the weekend or living for the next vacation.
I live my life like there's no tomorrow.
And I just don't want to live like that anymore. And how you can change your life is you stop buying crap all the time.
And this, I agree with. Yeah, possessions won't make you happy. I mean, they'll give you a temporary happiness. If I had a Corvette in the driveway and that was my car, yeah, it's probably going to make me happy for a bit. But will it truly make you happy in your souls of souls? I don't know. I don't know if material possessions can do that. Maybe for some people they can. But if you're just buying to try and make yourself happy, yeah, it's probably not going to work. That's the same thing as drinking until your problems go away. It's not going to work, right? You're going to wake up the next day and those problems and those issues and whatever it is that's causing you to be unhappy, those things, they're still going to be present.
You start living modestly. You start living below your means, which is what I've been doing. I don't know how long now, past year, maybe two. I don't know. I've lost track of how long it's been since I've changed, but I've been all in on this.
He sounds like someone who took a scolding from his wife and she told him to stop buying so much crap. That's what this sounds like.
To the comics and seeing people do this, I see the trap where people in lower income, even people that have solid jobs, everyone's chasing a different type of lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's because of the internet. That is because of what you said earlier. Everyone looks like they have a better life than you do, right? And what you're seeing is what they choose to showcase on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, wherever it is that you're seeing these so-called influencers, right? But behind the scenes, trust me, their life is not that glamorous. It's not that cool. Everyone is amplifying their shit to make them look better than what they truly are.
They perceive somebody that's rich living a lifestyle that's different than their own, that's somehow better. There's some really cool mushrooms up here.
Sticky's going to get high on mushrooms.
Crazy.
Oh, look at those.
Look at those.
Yeah.
I don't know what those
put
are.
Those in a tea.
Any mushroom people in the comments, let me know.
No,
but
actually, don't do that, folks. They can be poison. I don't know.
Trying to live a life that they think is going to make them happy, or they perceive that other people think that they're rich.
So you're looking for validation. You're looking for status. Stop looking for those things.
One thing I've quickly realized is that rich people don't actually live a high-end life. And what I mean by that is most rich people don't drive a BMW or a Corvette or whatever. Rich people don't flaunt their money because no rich person wants anyone to know how much money they actually have. Now, influencer culture and famous people, that's a whole different thing. Once I've started down this YouTube journey, I quickly kind of realized how willing I was to essentially sell my soul to do this, to escape my own reality, escape my own problems, and do what I thought I should do to escape my problems. I mean, I was willing to say nasty things, tear people down, start drama, do whatever it takes. And I have to be honest with myself.
So you're willing to sell your soul for what? For a small amount of internet fame and a very small niche of comic books where you can be looked upon as the villain and the heel of the story? Really? Wow.
I'm still willing to do that.
All right, that part is the most alarming part right there. Right? Let's go back 10 seconds. Let's listen to what he says. And then he goes, I'm still willing to do that. I'm still willing to come on here, start drama, piss people off, be the bad guy because it makes me a few extra dollars. Wow. That's unfucking real, man.
Start drama, do whatever it takes. And and I have to be honest with myself, I'm still willing to do that. Because I know that that's what gets clicks, views, engagement. And yeah, I mean, I have to be very honest with myself. I am still willing to do that. I'm willing to kind of
suck your cock for $2. That's what you're saying. Can I have a hamburger now and I'll pay you on Tuesday? What? You're willing to be a douchebag. Sell your soul. Sell the morals that you were probably raised on. For internet clicks and clout and a few extra dollars in your bank account. Holy fuck.
Let this YouTube thing take a part of my soul. Let myself say things about people, let other people say things about me, kind of expose myself in this way for money.
For money. For money. I am willing to be a dick for money. I'm willing to sell part of my soul for money. Now, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, did say that everyone's got a price. But holy fuck, dude, is this really worth it, man? You're talking about how miserable you are in this collecting world. How you spent too much money on this shit. How you gotta live for your kids, right? And build a better tomorrow. And you had me up and this is why we're doing this video. This is why this Nyobi React exists. Because you talked yourself into a shoot, man. Right? You worked yourself up and now you're like, I don't give a fuck. I do it for the money. I'm a fucking bitch because of the money. I fucking don't believe it, man.
The money that I make from these videos is not insignificant in my life. If it gets to the point where it's insignificant, I'll probably stop. But it's not. It's not an insignificant amount of money for me. So I'm going to keep doing it.
I clicked the wrong thing again. But listen to what he says. It's going to start over a little bit.
For money. The money that I make from these videos is not insignificant in my life. If it gets to the point where it's insignificant, I'll probably stop. But it's not. It's not an insignificant amount of money for me. So I'm going to keep doing it.
I'm going to keep being a prick. I'm going to keep being an asshole because I'm willing to sell my soul to the devil for a $10 super chat. Please super chat this channel.
I just want to make it very clear that it does come with a sacrifice.
I also want to make it very clear. Because of what you said, because of just how cold and callous that was, you're going to have to deal with me every time you step out of the gate. Because now I'm going to make fun of you for money. You understand? And Sticky Goose, you got to understand this, man. That when I do a video on you, you're the highest paid I get for videos. Your RPM is worth money. Everyone should be making Sticky Goose videos if this is how we're going to operate. Right? Right? Money. Now, I actually don't do this for money. I do it for shits and giggles because the money is insignificant. I get $100 from YouTube every few months from ad revenue and the odd super chat, Once you make $100, I'm sure you know this, Sticky, they send it out to you. So I'm certainly not in it for the money, because there is no real money here. But I'm in it for the love of the game. I'm in it because I make comic books, and comic book personalities are interesting to me. And everyone's journey is a story all on its own. You're telling a story, dude, from beginning and middle, and at some point we'll see the end. Everyone's life is a book ready to be read, you know?
It takes a piece of your soul. A lot of people don't feel that way, but I do, and I guess that's really all that matters is how I
stop. If you actually truly feel like that, this is taking a part of your soul, and you're talking about how you wasted your life and how you're feeling miserable, you think by continuing on this path, it's going to make it any better because you're getting a few... You're a fucking dentist, man. Grow the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. Go fix some teeth and make your money.
Feel about it because I'm the one that's doing it. But that's a whole different topic. But consumerism and buying things and living a life where you're trying to escape your own reality is not a good life. You're a slave. You're a slave to your job, you're a slave to your boss, you're a slave to corporations, you're a slave to Marvel and DC and Disney and whatever property it is, however many Funko Pops you have, however many Pokemon cards you collect. You're a slave to it. I'm not saying that you can't make good money from it. You absolutely can. I'm not saying you can't get some temporary enjoyment out of it, some temporary escapism. It works. Oh man, it works. No doubt. Looking back, do I wish I had that whole closet full of stuff still? Absolutely. I didn't want to sell it. But in order to change my life, and I don't know, is it grow up? I hate saying that. Pisses me off, really.
Why does evolution piss you off? You want to be a man-child forever, man? Yeah, you sold some of your fucking toys and comics. Why? Because you have a fucking family. Right? I'm selling my shit because, you know, I need extra money, right? I got a part-time job, almost full-time, but part-time. You know, I have an elderly mother that I'm here with as well. We got bills to pay. We got shit to do, right? Your life continues, you know, no matter how old you get. And so, selling these things, some of these things, and like I said, I'm not selling everything I own, and I'm certainly not selling my best shit, but I'm getting rid of all the loose ends, you know what I mean? All the crap, all the filler junk, you know? And I'm not just, you know, loading them up in boxes and dropping them off at the shop. At least I'm not at that point yet. But I am selling them on eBay, right? I put up sets. I'll put up books. Again, I got 18 long boxes of stock. I can do this for a few years. Easily.
Because essentially, growing up is working, investing, and saving. In whatever order you want to put those three. That's what growing up is. Some people never do. And a lot of people my age never will. And all I have to do, really, is just not live that life, and I can change my life. It's just not a fast thing. I'm not going to be young and rich. I'm going to hopefully be old and comfortable. And I guess
and I think in the end, that's as much as anyone else can hope for. No, that's Sticky Goose Comics. Yeah, I'll catch you up once we're done the EFAP. We got less than 3 minutes left.
That's what I'm living for. And I'm just trying to embrace my everyday trying to be good at my job, trying to treat other people as I would want to be treated, try to serve people, help people, and live for a greater purpose other than myself. Guys, I feel good about this video. I feel good about where I am. But don't get it twisted. I have wasted a lot of my life. There's no question. No doubt about it. I've been living wrong. Haven't been living in a way that's hurt other people. But I've been living in a way that kind of sets me back. Doesn't keep me on schedule. If I look back, I mean, realistically, I could be in a completely different place financially if I didn't do what I did.
Yeah, but hindsight's 20/20, my friend. We all, if we could all go back in the time machine and fix some of our mistakes and go left when we should have went right, sort of idea, we all could be in a better spot. Regret, yeah, it's something you're gonna have and something hopefully you can learn from. But the past doesn't matter anymore now, does it? It's what you do today and what you do tomorrow that counts.
You know, you can look back and what if all you want. It's pointless. That's what depression is. Worrying about the past, worrying about things that have already happened, or feeling of hopelessness. I'm not going to live my life like that. I've made the decisions, and this is where I'm at now. Guys, where are you guys at? I'm in a weird place.
I'm at I'm at Eastern Canada, beyond the walls of ice, sitting in my DX racer chair, watching you. That's where I'm at, right? As I kill a couple more hours, just hanging out, I guess. Well, I won't be on here for a couple more hours, but killing a couple more hours before I go to bed so I can go to my Monday job tomorrow and, contribute to society. That's it.
I'm somewhere that I never thought I would be, but I guess I have to be. And I guess it's a good place. I don't know. It doesn't feel so good. I just sold my Nintendo Switch 2 today. Pissed me off.
Then why did you sell it?
Because I wanted to have that. But that little bit of money is just a, drop in the bucket. But a bunch of drops in the bucket have put me in the position that I'm in now. And if I keep living like this, by the time I'm 40 and I'm making this video walking in the woods, crap crawling all over me, maybe it's going to be different.
No, it's not going to be any different. I can tell you that right now. It's not going to be any different. You hope it will be different, but you probably will be making the same video. Remember I joked about you doing this 15 years from now. Kind of been around the block. It's not my first rodeo.
Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more.
All right. So a lot to digest there, and you guys have said a few things in the chat. I'm going to get to that here in a second. But I also want you, the viewer who's watching this on the rewind, to sign off down at the bottom. Sound off down at the bottom in the comments section. Let me know where you're at in your collecting journey. Are you kind of in my stage where you're like, yeah, this shit's not coming to the grave with me? Or are you know what? I got to buy everything. I got to have it all. Like it's Pokemon, Are you feeling what Sticky says? Can you relate to him? Do you not relate to him? Is he off? Is he wrong? Same questions go for me. Let me know down in the chat. And of course, like he said, if you do enjoy the video and you want to see more like this, subscribe for more, Help keep the lights on and let's build this channel. We'll never be the size of some of these other cats. But, Maybe we can get to 2,000 subs. We're on our way. We're on our way. Stay tuned now from a message from this video sponsor. I wonder who that may be. All right, let's get into the chat. Majerb. That's it, man. It's Majerb. I went full Gen X. I always appreciate y'all's don't give a fuck, so get over it. Now, we got someone in the back. Let's see who we got. It's a lock-in.
Look what I got.
Hold on. Let me get you on the screen. All right. What'd you got?
Look what I got.
Ooh, I know what that is. Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Anyone's ever read Heavy Metal Magazine? You know, Druna. That's how I pronounce it. I don't know how she really pronounced. Oh, look at that one too.
And ranks. Oh my God. Oh, this came in.
You're about to have orgasms.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm gonna need alone time with this.
Alone time, man. This is it, man.
Right. So I got that today. Then I'm just testing out new airbrush.
Okay. So, have you been watching the show, or are you just tuning in?
Yeah, I waited until the Sticky Goose thing.
So, what do you think, Locke? I mean, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we got Locke here with us, artist extraordinaire. I wasn't expecting anyone to jump in, but I'm glad you're here. So, I mean, let's jaw a little bit, you know. What do you think, Locke?
About the collection?
Well,
thing?
yeah. I mean,
am I gonna take?
I mean, Sticky Goose just did a 20-minute video walking in the woods saying how he's got to live for his kids and he wasted his life collecting and all this money, and then he turns around and says, "But you know what? I'm still gonna be a prick on YouTube because it pays."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that not fucking wild, man?
Yeah. I mean, look, I collect personally. I was gonna chime in and all that stuff, but I collect because it's nostalgia for me, right? It's for me. When I'm dead, I don't care what happens to it.
You don't care if
right?
it's someone else's problem.
Because you're dead. Like my daughter, she can put it in a box, put it at the end of the driveway, and the whole box will go for $1. Right? That's really what it is, right? It's for me, right? Like I have stuff on the wall. She knows that if she ever needs money for whatever in the future, she can turn around and try to get something. But again, like she knows that a collection is only worth what the other person's willing to pay. That's it. I mean, that's how I think about it, right? I know I'm not gonna collect it. Like we collect because it's that dopamine. You know what I mean? It makes us feel good. Yeah.
Spend money, you get that little hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like the guys that can collect the ASM whatever the Hulk thing for $2-3 grand or $5 grand, or the guys who are making bitcoins and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they're not collecting because they love the series. They're collecting because they think it's gonna go up in value.
Well, most of us got into comics thinking that, not solely for that reason. It was kind of like a two-hitter. Hey, we love this stuff, and it might be worth money someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like I when I was doing this, I was like, yeah, it's gonna the death of Superman was one of those things that I learned my lesson on, right?
You and like fucking 2 million other people.
Yeah, right? It was a big deal. I mean, I think I got like 20 copies.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah, because the day that it came out, like the Silver Snail had a limit of 5. The Beguiling had a limit of like 5 per person or whatever, right? And so you had to line up early in the morning. I remember getting up early, trying to get in. And sure enough, I was like the 100th person to get in, and there's still 5. So it's that fear of missing out. Then I would get on the streetcar and go to the subway, and head up to another comic book shop, line up there, and I got another 5.
You did the rounds.
I did the rounds, and it ended with like 20 copies, right? And it was like, okay, well, wait a second. like now thinking it over, I was like, shit, they must have printed like 5 million of these.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact count, but it's in the millions for sure, right? Because that was during that boom where you could do no wrong until it was overkill, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, what was it? Jim Lee sold
8 million copies. 8 million.
Yeah. 8 million copies.
Still the highest selling single issue floppy of all time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Unless there's like some massive like city fire that got rid of like he's like the person who, right? That's not gonna for 8 million copies to be worth anything. It's got to be like almost 100 to 200 years from now, right?
And even then, someone's gonna like, we keep finding these fucking shit everywhere. It's like fucking, you know, when they like go like 1,000 years from now, when the aliens come to you know, dig up our remains, right, and they see all these Superman comics, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? This guy was a god to them.
What the hell is this? Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those where like, okay, well, is it really worth it? Is it like now I just collect, like, when you get older, you're like, yeah, okay, because if you're in for easy money, I think this is the wrong investment to get into, right?
100, man. There's better ways you can spend your money and invest your money than buying a comic book, you know?
I think your chances are better if you go out and buy a lottery ticket.
Right.
Right? Than getting that dork. Was it number one at, I forget how much or
I think
whatever,
it's about $100,
right?
but could be more or less now. I mean, at one point it was around 100. Like Absolute Batman #1 at 9.8 CGC is like a $500 book, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, but they did like now. What is it, up to 20 reprints?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's wild. Wild,
right? And I'm like, holy cow! Like, I've never seen that many reprint on one book before.
Neither have they. They're like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? We got a somewhat of a hit on us. You know what I mean? And it's like reprint because of the hype. But in 5 years from now, will that hype even matter? Will this book even matter? Will it be, you know, will it tank in price, right? I mean, if someone is buying Absolute Batman because they think it's a money train, great. But sell now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, you got to flip right away. There's if you're gonna hold on to it, I don't think it's gonna be like it's gonna eventually it's gonna drop to a value of $30.
Right.
Or
and so that's been my issue
but,
with comics is that I hold on to everything. It's only been the last year or so that I've been like sort of looking at my personal collection and putting some items up on eBay. It's getting, you know, I'm increasing that now. But initially it was just my own stuff. It was Nyobi and Savage Syn. And then I got into, well, you know what? I got all this stuff. And I would like to see if what I was told when I was 14 is true. That some of this stuff may be worth money. And that maybe it's time to take my pot of gold and cash it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going overboard. I'm just putting a few things up here and there. I can only have 250 listings at any given time, right? But as things sell, then I can put up some new shit, you know, or if something's up there for too long, I'll just remove it and put something else up in its place and then recycle it later. You know what I mean? I've done that a couple of times, you know, where I've like couldn't sell something, took it down for a bit, but then I'll put it back up maybe in a lot or something, a little combo pack, and then fuck, it sells. You know what I mean? Like,
that's cool.
What are you gonna do with this thing, man? What's gonna happen?
This is so I have an airbrush that is on the side, and the thing with this is I use the airbrush, but mixing color and putting in here.
It looks like something you're gonna smoke some weed out of, dude.
Yeah. So this is where I mix the color, and you know, that's what the airbrush is for, right? So that's what you're hearing. So I have all these controls and stuff. The issue is mixing color. So every time I need to mix color, I gotta mix. And if I mix it for the amount of space on a card, right, like on a Marvel card or something like that, it's too much. right? Even if I do 1 or 2 drops, it's too much, right? So if I need to mix like 5 colors, it's just end up with like a lot of excess color that sits by, and eventually it will dry. You know what I mean? So I only use it sparingly to create things like soft glow, or laser effects, or like Cyclops beam, or whatever the stuff is, right? But again, it's like I mix, then I got to rinse and wash and clean right away, right? Because what happens is inside here is when the paint dries on the needle, right? It crusts up and it stays there, and it causes all sorts of issues. So I've been only using the airbrush as a way to seal the final product using what they call varnish, right? So in other words, if I use color pencils, like mixed media, markers and stuff like that, then I seal it with a varnish. So there's like a semi gloss to it, like a satin gloss finish to it. So that way, if water gets on it, if the card gets into a box like this, and it gets pulled or something, so it doesn't stick to the other card or bleeds or blur or whatever. So that's what I use it for. So, but I was looking for like an alternative solution. Is I have a lot of these cheap markers, right?
Yeah.
That I can get from the dollar store and all the other stuff. And this is a brand new airbrush marker thing where I can change the nozzle. So what happens is air flows and it gets sucked into here, and as you can see, right, that seals it, and I just put this in, and now I can use these markers to create. It's not to create like fine lines. It's usually to cover a lot of grounds, like for backgrounds and effects and stuff like that. And I kind of like this splotty. See how that texture look? That's what I'm doing. So this is I just got this in today. I mean, I ordered it like a month ago, and it came from Japan or something like that.
This is your dopamine hit.
This is my dopamine. It's a tool that I need. Like eventually, I figured, you know what I mean? Like it was $100 Canadian plus $20 shipping, right? For a airbrush. They have these tools that the 3D printer guys out there have that you can buy, that you kind of hook up your brush like this, but it's very cumbersome, and the air blows across it, it splatters everywhere, like a lot, right? But this here, I love the Japanese, you know what I mean? They designed it with like a steel nozzle that everything can be focused into a single point, right? And I can adjust the different. So I'm just messing around. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm glad you're here to mess around, man. What are you going to be working on tonight? Anything? What's the current project?
Current project is another. It's a new set of.
Ooh, look at that!
Right. It's all new.
Well,
sets.
I'll tell you what, Locke. Take a couple of minutes. Tell the people what you got going on. Show off some stuff, and I'll be right back.
All right. Take a couple of minutes. Oh, I can show and tell what I got my LCS.
Yeah. Well, wait for me to come because I want to see that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right.
But I mean, just hold the fort for a minute there, and then I'll just be back. I'm just gonna grab a drink, smoke this quickly, and then we're gonna come back and do the show and tell and talk about whether digital comics or not can be collectibles.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if it's true, but we'll find out.
True.
I got this email today, and I want to kind of take a look at it. And since you're here, we'll get your take. You know what I mean? All right. Yep. So the fort is yours. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this, for everybody who wants to know, is it's basically an airbrush, right? This is it's really cumbersome. It looks like a price scanner that you see, the price gun, or some sort of scanning thing, and it's pretty cumbersome. It's pretty big, but it does have controls. So it's got a 5-hour charge time and a 2-hour usage. So that's not too bad, right? So the idea with this is I can use, according to the manual, I could use the different type of markers on this. So for all those aspiring artists out there and stuff like that, this is not a bad tool. I think you can get it on Amazon in the US. I didn't want to pay the duty coming across. So I think it was cheaper for me to just get from Japan. So yeah, see, I can use the different type of markers out there from like the acrylic and all the other stuff. And they have the different nozzle size and the different types of tips that you get. So it's not too bad. I mean, I love it right now. I'm just testing it out. I'm going to do all sorts of little tests. The thing with using like these airbrush is you do, when it comes to working with characters and stuff like that. So if let's say I want to spray paint the back of that, which I will do, is I'll end up creating like literally I will take a like, you know, your printer paper, and I'll just put it right over top, and I will trace that, and I'll just cut that with a pair of scissors, and I'll just put some low tack tape right on the edge here, and just press it down. So when you spray, I'm spraying directly above to go around the edge, just to give all that splatter effect. So it gives a really nice effect for any of that stuff. So when you are creating like characters or whatever, with the amount of like area coverage for this, I think the marker bit is a little better. Because right now, for me to do any kind of those effects on the back of that, I would literally have to, let's say, here, right? So you end up with, see, there's some really, so I'm literally painting in the whole surface. I know my lights is washing out, but there is a subtlety to the backgrounds and the characters right there, right? So when you hold the card in your hand, you're gonna actually see all the different textures and stuff. So this will let me spray coverage a lot quicker. My other solution is actually I paint the background using acrylic, but the issue with that is dry time. It's all about dry time, right? Here with the marker, I'm literally spraying and going, right? So you just basically get any marker type, place it in place, and spray and go, right? But the best part of this stuff here is, I mean, they gave me a sheet for, so you have these nozzle controls, so 80%, 30%. So see, you can have the different spray type. But in order to do this, you do need to, that's why I'm testing. I'm going to be doing a lot of testing this week to try to see. So you do have some sort of like line control, but again, it's very, very, like it's very weak compared to an actual airbrush, right? So with an airbrush, your control technique is your finger. The you know, you press down for the air and you pull back. So that's how an airbrush works. So press down is to let air through, right? And pull back is to let the paint drop through. So the needle itself controls it in the nozzle tip, right? So you do have different nozzle tips, but you can actually, so what a lot of this control here is it allows me to tighten the back. So right now I have, so when I pull back, I can let the ink flow really quick and fast, right? But I have these controls here that I can tighten them in, right? Where I can't pull back all the way. See that? So that's how an airbrush works. So that's how you do fine lines, thick lines, and stuff like that. It's all about getting used to it. You do enough of it, it kind of clicks into your brain afterwards, where you're literally going in. I can do really fine, thin lines, straight lines by literally, I have to use two hands for this. So that's how I do line controls and stuff like that. So that's what the thing with the airbrush, it's the mixing of the paint that takes a lot of time to get the color consistency. So that's the issue is paint mix. Then and you literally need to clean it right away. If you let the paint dry for even 30 minutes, it's almost impossible to spray because it clogs up the needle and the nozzle, right? It clogs that up on the inside, and that's how like airbrush works, right? So these guys, like normally, I can get myself an airbrush tank But again, you know, I got to mix a lot of color, and if the color sits so well, everything kind of settles, right? You don't want that. You got to constantly shake. You can get the airbrush nozzle. I don't have the tank. There's a tank that that you buy that you can mix a lot of paint and use it and switch. But again, it's once you like, I have 3 of these that I can use. I can mix and swap, mix and swap, mix and swap. But that swapping part is it takes time. If you're in a hurry and you're doing batches, it's great. You know, I could spray, mix a lot, spray all the back, go let it dry and all that stuff. But with this, dry time is so fast. With an airbrush, dry time is a lot slower because you are mixing like acrylic paint, color thinner and all that stuff. And you are breathing in the fumes too. You are breathing the acrylic into your lungs. Well, with this, it's alcohol marker, right? Once it gets on paper, it's dry right away. See, it has that. So this is alcohol. This is me testing on like a red. See how it comes out really, and that's the different controls. See that? So you get that gloss on there. That's a lot of markers coming out. I want like an even spray, and yeah. So I can test out different thickness and different stuff I can do. So it's all about usability of, right? And the controls down here on max, min. I'll probably end up putting a piece of tape around here and putting little markers, putting a little mark lines for, like, you know, this is, I think this is off, like 10, 20. There, it's a little bit more strong. 50%, and I think that's 100%. There you go. So that's probably 50%. I'll probably put a marker here for 150. So, you know, there's a little line here. There's a little etch line, but I have to go over with acrylic. But I want to make sure it works first the way I want. It's got a control valve for the different marker type. So you do have, see, the markers don't, some marker comes in this shape. Other marker comes the round shape. And then you get the final marker that comes in these little squares, right? These square ones, see, they have the different chisel tips, right? And the soft tip. So I get a lot of these, and they're cheap enough to use, because I'm not worried about color fading and all that stuff. Because what happens is when I use the marker, I seal it in archival. It's archival satin finish, right?
Fancy.
So in other words, it's very fancy. It keeps everything in place, right? It's just that that way the artwork that I do on the product stays a lot longer, right? It doesn't fade, like it will fade over time, but it will take a lot longer to fade.
Man, I gotta tell you, the original art is the real collectible, dude. You know, talking.
Yeah.
What people should collect, right?
It's a big. I've noticed a lot now. Like something that's really popular right now in the States is the OAX, the Original Art Expo.
Okay, yeah.
That happens in Florida, and you got things like, you know, Dave Finch and all these high-end artists. Their original arts are going for thousands.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? Compared to before, you can go to a Comic-Con, you can buy a page off of them for $100, and that is cheap at the time. You know what I mean? Now you could barely get that.
That page you bought for $100, you can probably turn around and sell for $3 or $4 now. You know?
Yeah. It's amazing because you are getting,
and that's something, like, I don't think will go down in value, because the more and more people use AI, the less and less they're doing original art, you know?
Yeah. It is a it's also a one-on-one too. And you get that piece of comic book history. If you can find your favorite book and original page from it, it doesn't have to be the main character on it. It could be like a secondary character. That's what I would do. If I want a piece of original art, I don't have to have the main character on that page. I could just have a, like, secondary, third character. It doesn't have to be the splash page, because those splash page always goes for more. You know what I mean? But that's how you get into it. You go in and get into it. You get like the third page in that isn't important, but it's still a third page from the book, right? It is a one of one. It's not like there's multiple of that sitting around.
This is it, I remember when the sensei was selling pages of Ninja High School, and he was like $50 and shit. I'm like, sensei.
Yeah, like damn it.
What are you doing? Like you can ask for more, sensei. You know that, right? Like, well,
right? It's like, how many years of history is that? You know what I mean? Like,
well, maybe the sensei didn't think he can fetch that price, but also the sensei, he's the kind of guy that he'll offer it lower just so everyone can have something,
Yeah. And that's what most of those guys are like. You know what I mean? They're good on that because, like, what are we gonna do with those pages? You know what I mean? Like, once we're done, the book is published. It's kind of nice to have a piece of it, but a lot of the time we sell it. You know what I mean? It's work, right? And back then they were selling it for cheap. I remember seeing some of I couldn't afford Neil. I remember Neil Adam came up for Fan Expo, and some of the pages for some of his stuff, even they're just secondary, they're going for $2,000-$3,000, and I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, if you have a name in the industry, obviously you're gonna make more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So that's.
But even if you don't have a name in the industry, but like you've done some work, like even for a guy like you, right? You've done work, especially in the world of cards. And when it comes to these collectible cards, these trading cards, your art is in there as a one-on-one, and people flip that for a god amount of, who knows how much, Locke, SpongeBob, right?
Oh yeah, $5,000, man.
$5,000, okay.
Somebody found the connecting card.
You just need to somehow connect and cash in,
Yeah. I mean, like, I did not know people would like how hard is it to like, I don't know how many boxes they did, but to get the connecting card is a really, really hard thing to pull. You know what I mean? Like, you got to spend the money for it, and turning around. Oh my god,
man. That's what I'm talking about. Like this art world, like you said, you talked about the original art expo. It's all part of it, right? You know what I mean? Ooh, yeah. There's more dopamine hits again. Right there. So show and tell, Locke. You want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna crack this open. So this is from Heavy Metal, as you know, right? So they did a Kickstarter campaign stuff, and these are so I picked these two because this is what I remember. Heavy Metal magazine. I got the cover by Boris and Frank Frazetta and all these.
Now,
great,
where did you pick these up? Shop or what?
Heavy Metal.
So you ordered this from Heavy Metal themselves?
That's correct. They had a
Oh yeah, okay.
So they got. I've just got to make sure that I'm not going to show any boobs, or should I just be careful?
Yeah, you're good.
I mean, look at that. Yeah. See that? These are the original art. So these are original when Heavy Metal came out, being black and white. Guy's holding his right. So, but then I start seeing paintings like this, right? Then he did this with, I think it's all watercolor or some sort of acrylic base color, right? Look at that.
See what they're saying in the chat, if anything. Let me bring it up. Billy Powermax is here. What's going on, brother? What's up tonight? Massive Panda says really nice drawings on the cards. Locke, you're extremely talented.
Thank
and
you.
Blight Blazer says need to maintain. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I did not notice the textures, but look at the textures. He did mixed media. I'm thinking he did this with color pencils as he's inking. Then he went over it with watercolor or just some sort of pencil and watercolor. Look at the texture on that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like on the skin tones and stuff like that. That's just you have to remember a lot of the guys out there. This is pre-digital, so right. This is they colored by literally painting on the original artwork. Right? So a lot of this stuff is really pre-digital.
Like crayons.
Like yeah. Just nuts. Oh, there you go. Right. Just,
okay, take that off the screen, Locke. Fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Right. But yeah. So that's that one. Let me put that aside.
Don't open the other one.
This one's gonna be. I don't think I want to open it, but
not on stream,
I'll find a non. This is the entire collection, which I don't believe I have any of that. You know what I mean? It's one of those where, like, I've seen it on Amazon in the original Spanish stuff, right? But I think this is all translated.
Yeah, be careful opening that one, dude. You already flashed us once.
Let's see if I can pull this off of the screen a little bit here. Oh yeah, a lot of
right? You can't open random page, okay?
Just any random pages is yeah. This is not safe for work. But yeah, the entire, let's see if I can find an art section. Oh, there we go. Holy cow, it's beautiful, dude.
I bet. And off air, you can show me, but
yeah. Let me see if I can find something that is a little bit like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I couldn't find anything. You had to cover it up.
But I mean, look at that. Like, look at the texture. Like this is, like color pencil. I'm assuming watercolor. Something that is.
Imagine we could look it up and see how he done it, but yeah, if it's pencil crayon, it'd be probably like prismatic. You know what I mean? Like the ones that can shade.
Right. It's just like yeah.
So
yeah,
is that everything, or is there more show and tell?
So this is the whole series.
No, I mean,
right?
like, you got any other comics that you bought at the shop?
Oh yeah. I picked up a lot of it's all double. So this is my this is about $273.
I spent 18 today. I'm like, that's too much. Holy shit! All right. Yeah.
So I usually get 3 copies.
So what is that? Batman, just what?
This one is Batman 127. It's a facsimile.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So the original, I love these old facsimile stuff because they're DC makes a lot of it, and the paper quality is pretty damn thick. Right. And so it handles a lot of more punishment than
See,
Then,
this you
like,
can
something
open
like
on stream.
Boom.
That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like these are the classic stuff. But a lot of time, you know, somebody will ask for like a Batman cover and they want like an absolute Batman. And I only have like so many of the absolute Batman sketch covers. That's the first printing. So I'm charging more for that. But if you want an absolute Batman on a regular, like one of these facsimile,
Yeah, no problem.
right? Then that's not a problem, right? So it's the value of the book. The facsimile can go for really cheap, right? Then
Now this is a smart grab as far as I'm concerned. You
Yeah.
could put here's what I would do with these, Locke. Right? How many of them you got there? Fucking 10?
I got 3. I always grab 3. I always grab
Always
3.
All right. Take one just for an experiment. Do a Jeff on it. Throw it on eBay. See what happens.
Oh yeah, Jeff will always sell. Jeff will always sell. Even when I do a sketch card, Jeff is
No, you
always
can
sell.
even get ballsy, right? And you can do like Jeff and Luna on it to like really appeal to the Marvel fans, and you get your Gooners at the same time, you know?
Right? So I mean, like, I forgot to pick up the swimsuit edition, didn't it? Oh yeah, forgot all about that.
Right there, yeah.
Right? This looks very Scotty Youngish. Right? But yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty good. Again, these are like, I love these paper quality on the sketch covers. Right? It adds that
If it
little
wasn't for
touch to
Marvel
it.
Rivals, that book wouldn't even be in your hand.
Exactly.
So shout out to Rivals. Now,
Then you got
ooh,
these. I don't know what these are.
I have
These
no
are
fucking clue either.
These are. I think these are very. There we go.
That's interesting.
Right.
Who's the artist? Does it say?
Tom Taylor. They usually put the credit at the beginning. I don't see it anymore. Or is it near the back now?
Some books are different, man. It's not always guaranteed to be at the front. Yeah, so now you got it in the back. Otto Schmidt.
Otto Schmidt's the artist. I mean, it's great. I love this style. Right? It's almost like manga anime-ish. So it looks like Batman goes back in time, I guess, or all the characters are back in time, medieval time.
The wrestling
kind of
ad
situation
right there for AEW. See, Warner Brothers owns AEW Wrestling. That's WWE's competition. And
you know what I notice is I like the DC book because the ads are either at the beginning or at the end. It's never.
Come to think of it, I didn't notice that until you just said that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'll get
at least
like
in that book
split,
for sure, right? Are they all
right?
like that?
So let's go back. So
well,
let's see if
that
we can find
Batman
another-
won't be because that's got all the original ads in it. I'm assuming. So
Yeah. These flash again and all that stuff. Let's see if I can. There's some booms.
that's all right. We'll figure it out as we come to them, man.
No. Here, like I'll pull back the Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Well, I know Marvel's got them all over the place, dude. You don't need to prove that to me.
Because if I'm reading it, the ads always break me. Right? Like the like I open it up. Right? So you get the first ad, understandable. You get the credit page, right? Then you go in and you read and then ad for the same friggin' book.
For the same book.
Right? You know what I mean? You read, ad.
Yeah.
Right? It throws you like I think it throws me off.
Ad.
Right?
I don't know if I'm. I mean, it depends on how many ads there are, but Marvel's, you know, every
too bad
comic's
now.
like that, you know. I mean, especially the older ones, right? There's always Snicker ads and Hostess ads, and you know. Ads are, in fact, one of the things that I keep saying to Sensei is we need ads in books. You know what I mean? Sponsors, But he doesn't think the circulation's big enough to appeal to them.
Either throw it near the beginning or near the end. I think if you put ad specifically, like there's a lot of Marvel ads here. I was hoping for, if they throw ads in here, I would like some ads that has to do with other stuff. Remember,
that's what that's what I'm saying. Right back in the day, the books would have ads, but it wouldn't always be for Marvel. It'd be like a Snickers ad. It'd be like a Hostess chips ad.
Right. Because I think that will drive down prices. Because right now, I feel like Marvel is charging us more for books that they throw their own ads in. Compared to, I think they can get the books back to like $2.99 kind of prices or less if Hostess chips or come in here, and that will lower the printing. I mean, that's the only way I see it to keep the book, because these are $6.99 Canadian American or whatever, the sketch covers.
Yeah, they're at least $8 to $10 for us.
Yeah. That's why this is 200 and something bucks.
No shit, right? So we got what's this now? Showcase.
These are the old Flash. So Flash number 4. So the old DC used to have these books called Showcase, and they start introducing characters. So this is the first appearance of the Flash.
Okay.
If you actually have this book somewhere out there in real life, right? Not a facsimile.
Yeah.
But this is the introduction of Barry Allen, the Flash.
So you see the ads in there are a little bit different, right?
Yeah. I mean,
now granted, we're going back decades, but
I remember ordering stuff like this.
I never ordered anything from a comic book. I always, even as a kid, I'm like, that's gotta be trash.
Well, they were. I mean, I was a kid. I regret cutting the pages out now. You know what I mean? I took this out. I put my $5 in it. You know what I mean? Put it in the mail, right? Write the address. And and that's this one here is Superman DC Easy Enterprise.
I always wanted like a Marvel subscription. You would see the checklist, and Spider-Man would be hanging upside down from the chimney with his Christmas hat on, and like, okay, what books do I want? But I never did do it. I'm glad, because I guess they didn't arrive in great shape.
I miss ads like this. That's really you know what I mean? Get stamped for 25 cents, right?
Well, at least with what we do with me and Sam and Max, whoever, right? We would put ads in each other's books. We didn't necessarily sponsor ads, but we would at least advertise each other,
Yeah. I'm sure you can lower your costs by giving sponsors.
It's like the Sensei said, though. You probably need, X amount of units sold for even someone to even look at you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I mean, like, even if it's a local comic shop
right,
that has an online present, it's not going to kill them for like $100.
So I have a couple
of
these books signed. Jeff Lemire randomly showed up at our comic book shop one day. Out of nowhere, and I just happened to be there, sort of thing. And he set up shop and signed books for a couple hours, right? And so I bought this at the shop, but I also had him sign my. He did a run of Inhumans versus X-Men miniseries, right? And I had him sign all those too.
I don't know what this was about.
Yeah, I haven't read it.
I just got it because I kind of like the Jeff Lemire kind of like support local kind of Canadian. You know what I mean? Like those. I got the sketch cover, and I figured, it's an odd sketch cover.
Yeah.
But I think it will make like somebody out there will probably want something done on this. And I always bring it like conventions, and I can get rid of these for 50-60 bucks, right, with a sketch on it. It's like something quick and whatever they want.
Light Blazer in the chat says best reference material was still Nyobi Penguina. There you go.
Yeah.
Now what do we got? Fire and Ice. See, this is my problem. I got a package that, like, I sold Fire and Ice 1-4 to someone on eBay, and it's stuck in New York somewhere for the last 2 weeks.
Oh shit!
I gotta bug the USPS down there. See what's up. Oh, that looks gorgeous. Look at that.
I know. Look, I mean, just like even that pose. That's a very Conan pose to the stuff, and this is all done with looks like ink wash.
Yeah,
I mean it's digital color, but I mean I think it's
that really stands out actually.
Yeah. Right. The Fire and Ice stuff is, I think it was a cartoon or something like that.
Well,
I forget.
It was a movie.
Yeah.
It's all Frank Frazetta stuff.
Yeah. I just this I'll constantly support for a lot of the stuff. Then you got
Now what do we got here?
I don't know what this is. This is a Marvel crossover, Avenger and Justice League.
Okay. Oh, they won't even show us the cover. Okay, shitty.
I don't even know what the cover.
Books, you notice, like, when you open it up, you'll see the front cover, but in the Marvel ones, they'll just start page 1 sort of thing.
Yeah. So this really reminds me of George Perez's kind of drawing style, but I always love like these crossover looks great. These books are great because it allows me to do like Avenger characters and Justice League characters, right? And I didn't know it was like 204 already. I don't know if I have the first blanks.
There might not even be blanks of the others,
Yeah. This is DC's side, so I don't know about Marvel.
Okay.
But they'll switch back and forth. They're doing a lot
really
of that.
Should have the cover in there. I would have wanted to see that.
Yeah, I don't know what the cover is.
We got Green Lantern.
I think this is this is a facsimile. So it's a reprint.
See, that has the cover.
Oh,
right? Look at that.
That's great. Oh, I love that. There's got to be a reason for issue number 49, right?
Why is it special?
Yeah. But oh god, I love that. I miss these kind of.
Who's the artist on that?
The first page. We got penciler Fred Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. There's two
Ron
inker.
Mars, the writer.
Yeah. Dennis Kramer and Romeo Tagal. Inker. Then colorist. There you go. Letterer.
Unsung Heroes are the colorists. So Steve Matson, is that what it says there?
Yeah.
You rock.
So this is. I'm assuming this is. What
that
year
looks
is
like
this?
something straight out of late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Does it say year? Oh my god, fonts is so small. 94. The issue first appeared in 94. The coloring is very solid at the time. See that? There's no nuance because they were printing it on newsprint still at the time. And I kind of like the. I kind of like the smell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say about that. It's a fresh
Block's getting high on
paper. Yeah. Like, let me draw a few lines and. Remember these? Oh my god! Like, come on, 10 for $1. I remember like checking these off and look, the hot comic list.
This
Look
is
at
how
that.
you knew what your comics were kind of worth. You would come in here or like Wizard Magazine, you know.
Exactly. Right? That's how like like there's a bunch of people grading it kind of thing, and you know, my LCS would have that big thick Overstreet comic book price guide. Remember?
It was the Bible, man.
Yeah. But here, this was for you young ones who were born in the 90s. They used to have this thing where you can get cassette tapes. Remember 10 cassette tape for like a penny?
Columbia House.
Columbia House. This was the Columbia House. You can get like $1 per comic, 10 for $7.50. That was a big deal. That was a huge deal. Look, $2 each, and these are the titles for the $2 each, right? Alien versus Predator. Look at that.
Locke should try and order something from this.
I don't think they exist anymore.
No, I know. That's the funny part.
You know what I mean?
Maybe they do though. Look, we got an address and a phone number and everything, right?
Right. Look at the PO box. Come on.
They looked them up on Google Maps.
Oh, I remember him coming out.
That was all part of the death of Superman. So when Superman died, there were these clones of some sort. I don't know how exactly all came about, but that was wasn't that one Steel?
Yeah, Steel. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Then look,
Lobo.
Waiting for that. Right. Lobo. I was waiting for that. Next month. Look at that. Twilight continues. Because this was my go-to for what's coming up next. Now we can do that online. You know? Do you remember that? Remember just like, okay, so you know, you get all these letters of everybody, and you're reading through them. Yeah, I agree with that, right? That is BS because they killed off whatever, right? Now you can go on Reddit and Facebook.
Yeah, it was between like what was at the end of the book, or if you're buying Wizard Magazine, you would see some advanced shit in there, but that was it, you know?
Yep. I remember reading some of this stuff, and I would try to get a letter in there, here and there. Right?
Go Power Rangers.
I couldn't help it. You know, Power Rangers is like...
I remember like when it kind of first hit the airwaves here, and everyone was kind of into it, but by then I was already 16, 17 years old, right?
Yeah. I was
dumb shit, you know.
I was watching all those Godzilla movies, and I remember seeing them, and they were spliced together like you wouldn't believe, right? Look at that. Transformer robots. I mean, the art is just amazing now.
Yeah. Well, at least here they kind of make the Power Rangers look semi cool, you know. Kind of got their own Voltron thing happening here.
Yep.
And all form the head.
That's right on. There you go. I got the right knee and I got the left knee. Which I didn't understand that part. Like, does he control everything, or am I supposed to be responsible for the one punch that happens?
The question every kid asks, man.
Right? Like, but yeah. I mean, my issue with this is paper quality is shit.
Yeah. What's that, IDW?
Right?
Or boom.
Right? This here, I can feel that if I put marker on this thing is gonna suck it in like crazy. Yeah. Right? Even though they have a gloss finish on this side, you're gonna see a lot of it. So that's the only thing. I have to be very gentle with these cover when I'm working with them. Then
I gotta thank you, Locke, for backing the campaign, and I know it took 8 years, but you know the book's finally out. Okay.
The reason why I got this is even though it's you know,
it's me. It's Rob Liefeld. I'm a superstar. Okay.
He's not the artist.
Well, I was kind of busy at the time. I was driving Lamborghinis and giving everyone money and drawing X-Force. All right.
And yelling at everybody on the internet.
I still do that. Okay.
But my thing is, he's got to give up. He's got to give up this title here.
Well, I mean, I never read Bad Rock. You have it in your possession. Maybe you get bored, read this, and let me know if the man can actually write or not. Because if he was writing Youngblood, those first 3 issues weren't good. I mean, I read those. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right? I'm hoping that the artist that did this is a better storyteller than Rob. You know what I mean? He's putting the sequence together, even though Rob wrote the script, right? It might turn out a little bit better, more consistent, right? And that's what that is.
I mean, it could be a good book. I mean, I'm not going to say.
I think it will be. I think it will be, as long as Liefeld isn't doing the artwork on it. I think that's my thing. I love his stuff.
I'm kind of backwards on that, right? Like, I'm surprised that Rob is writing it, not drawing it. That actually threw me for a loop there when you showed me that. Because Rob Liefeld's fame and fortune comes from his over-the-top art, good or bad. That's what sells him, right? One would think that Rob would draw the book and have an actual writer with some cred write the book, but that's I guess not.
Like you said, he is busy with others.
Well, I got lots of Whatnot streams. Okay.
Then I had to get.
So this is interesting. I'm glad you got this in your hand, because I never bought one of these yet. Okay, because like you said, we got the internet. What do we really need this for? But I am kind of curious just to see what you think in the insides, and
it brings me back to the Wizard Day.
Sure.
This is all this is, right? I haven't read the first 2, but I kind of like the idea that there's interviews,
yeah,
right? Like this. I'll bring up this set that I collected back in the 90s. I don't know if they're still around. It's called Sketch Magazine.
Okay. Oh yeah, look at that.
So this here, there's a company called Blue Line Pro back in the day that provide. They still do. It's a 11x17 art board that you can buy from a company called Blue Line Pro, right? With all the edges and stuff. They were the first company out there because Marvel and DC used to print their own, right? From their stuff. But Blue Line Pros start using that paper. I think the founder was doing Marvel character books and stuff. He just took the paper, found the printer, and started printing it with the Blue Line Pro with all the grids and stuff. That's the stuff that you see. So I like these magazines because they have interviews with in this issue, it's Chuck Dixon, right? Mitch Byrne, Beryl Smith, Tom, right?
Yep.
Drew and John, right? So some of these are see how so you got the interviews, you got some of their homage artwork, right? And a lot of this is like back in the day was tech. Here's some Bart Sears kind of books, right? And here is Chuck Dixon, right? How to write comic book action.
That'd be an interesting read.
This is before, you know what I mean? This is before there was actually books of doing this. It was part of an interview, right? Convention and promotions. So these were, then here's the Blue Line Pro catalog. So you can get, right? So premium paper, Pro Start art book, right? Then you can get some like samples and boards and other elements and stuff like that. Here's storyboard breakdowns. So these guys were professional. You know what I mean? They broke down stuff.
When manga was sort of a weird, obscure thing you saw in the corner of a magazine there, you know.
And then you can order like specific books that wasn't like, this is pre-Amazon, right? So for a lot of this, it is like the comic book industry at the time was very niche, very like you need to know somewhere. And I remember seeing them at the San Diego Comic-Con when I moved out there around 95, 96, right? And I saw this magazine and I start like, because I was in the States, it was like less than $5 a prescription at the time, right?
Subscription.
And it was
prescription, something you get at the pharmacy.
Sorry,
just give you a hard time, dude.
Right? Then I couldn't find any of these at my local art store. So these guys were the one that were setting up shops and ordering it from Japan, right? Like now you can get them like on Amazon, like you wouldn't believe, right? Look, I mean,
but
Sharpie
here back in this time, this was like the fucking secret source, you know?
Yeah. Like the portfolio cases. Here's some of this stuff that you couldn't get, right? Like it's just, there's the hand mannequin, right? Kind of stuff. Now people 3D print the damn thing, right? I mean, it was one of those where this was like here.
So I have a bunch of those.
This is all Ben. This is how I found Ben Dunn's
the sensei right here, man.
Yeah, right here. Go on, guys.
How wild is that, right? I mean, and this is the thing, when it comes to Ben Dunn and Antarctic, and like no one really, it hasn't clicked with people, just the longevity of that company, you know what I mean? And that you can open a magazine like this and you can find that just like boom, Right there.
Because you couldn't find these. This wasn't something that came to North America. This was available in Japan of some sort, right? But that was their normal drawing style. This was totally new, right? I mean, look.
Well, you gotta go. Like, remember, like Ben Dunn, right? When way back in the day, he did these anime TV show for like local cable 10 sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ben was on the cutting edge of bringing manga essentially to the forefront in a lot of ways, with Ninja High School and being a publisher, one of the few American publishers that would publish this sort of art and this sort of stuff,
Look.
Yeah.
$6.99. Look at that.
Right there.
Look at that. I can't even find that, dude. Look at that price. I should have gotten
that for a floppy today. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Right? Oh, and I love, like, I don't know if, there you go. Like those manga references. Right there, like all the poses, 360s and stuff. Then you get here's some back issues. Look, Todd being interviewed.
Hey, bud, it was a good time in comics, bud.
Look how serious Todd is.
He's
right?
Like on a bunch of them, man. Fuck.
I have pretty much almost all the issues somewhere.
I never had any of these.
This was like you can only find these. I found the magazine at San Diego Comic-Con. They were there. They had a little booth, right? And that was it. I mean, there you go.
Antarctic symbol right there.
Yeah. See that? Costume collections. Look at the price.
Still $4.95 for how they draw, because those are comic book size. They're probably 36 pages, right? I bought a bunch of them recently for $2 a piece at my local shop. You know what I mean?
So this is interview with Mark Spear, horror comics, always better, right? And you got C Todd, by Todd. So he's talking about like what issue Todd's kind of like, right?
Hey, bub.
Look at his Wolverine. Yeah. You can see his style back then to now is totally different. Right? He's now drawing bricks in the walls. And,
While you're
and
learning
people in
the
the
thumbs and the anatomy, I'm drawing extra bricks in the wall.
Right? Like this is. So that's what this is. This is more of. So I got this on my pull list for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's fairly cheap too. They're like $3.99 or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good effort.
You know,
I mean, I just don't know if people really care. I mean, yeah, it's nostalgic because it brings you back to the Wizard magazine days. But outside of that, you know, I don't know.
I mean, this is not. This is like an artist with pull. I don't think a regular. Right? If you're just a collector or whatever the stuff is, you wouldn't go for this. This is like more industry related kind of thing. But again, it's not the same as.
Yeah.
Right? This is more in depth. This is before the guys became very, very big, popular kind of stuff, right? This is about their technique, how they do. See, nowadays you can pick these books up, right, on inking styles and stuff like that, right? Mitch Byrne talking about black and white contrasts, how he uses line weight.
I learn a lot from these interviews, you know.
Yeah.
That's the one cool
right?
thing that you said, right? Like a lot of these magazines and stuff may relate to the creator more than the average fan, especially like, you know, you're inspired by an artist, Jim Lee, you know, as a big example, right?
Yeah.
And there's a big Jim Lee interview, and he's going over this sort of stuff. Yeah, you're probably going to want to read it and see what you can pick up from it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And I mean, look at this. Look at the three thin panels.
yeah.
Like I would not have thought of that, but look at that three panels. See, you can see the characters. You can just tell by the silhouette, the struggles, you know what I mean? That they had to climb up and all this stuff. And that's what this is about. I think this article was about page turn.
Right.
Right? You know, you start here and you ended up here and you want to know what the next page is.
Do they show us?
Right? No, you don't.
We got robbed.
You get interviews.
Right?
But he's talking about techniques,
Yeah.
right? He's talking about technique, right? He's talking about his penciling, you know, when he first started. See, like, you know what I mean? We all went through this stage, right? So those are then look.
Yeah. Now that's what I'm interested in. I like seeing scripts just to see how other people are formatting their scripts. You know what I mean?
Right. Like I did not know. That's the thing, right? I did not know. I thought this is something I've learned going through the magazines and stuff like that, because remember this is pre-internet for us. Right? And that's what I love about this. This is me. This is my collection. I mean, it's, you know, the pages are all dent, the corners are all, but you know, I read through all these. Right? This here just brings me back. It's more ads. The interviews is what I'm into, right? But a lot of this, a lot of it is very, because it's comic book style. It's very
well, it's fun.
Like,
you know
it's
what I mean?
only
And it's
yeah.
not costing a fortune, right? I think one of the things that you know would make me pick one of these up, like if they had like, you know, obviously like say like a J. Scott Campbell interview and they use like a banging J. Scott Campbell cover or something, right? For $3.99, maybe I pick it up and go through this. You know what I mean? This sort of thing is fun, right? The top 10 cover artists, you know, because they would do this a lot in Wizard magazine. And then, like, if they're smart, they'll start doing like the movie fan castings again from, you know what I mean? Like,
that's like this is where it comes in. Now, here's the thing, right? Now you can write in for you want to vote for your opinion, right?
Don't tell me that.
Right? These are like, you know, and at the end you got the comic and the classifieds and stuff like that, right? Letters for hire.
No, that's actually really interesting. You know, I never thought about this, Slock, but now I'm thinking, right? And maybe this is something I'll mention to the sensei. You know what I mean? No, I'll definitely mention it to the sensei. What's this book called again?
Comics the
Sensei,
magazine.
we need to contact Comics the magazine and just inquire what an ad space would be for Antarctic. Full page ad in here.
They're just new, right? I mean, they're probably like 10 issues in already. Like,
right, but you showed me the
ready to
classifieds. So I'm like, that's brilliant. Though, why? This is a magazine aimed at people who buy and collect comic books. Having an ad in here, a Nyobi ad or an Antarctic ad or whatever, would be fucking probably a smart idea, depending on price. You know?
Yeah. And you know what? If you get, like, I'm sure with this cover by Mark Spear, there's gonna be a bunch of people picking it up. If it's J. Scott Campbell,
you gotta
you know
get
what I
the
mean?
cover to attract people to the magazine. And then much like
get-
here's what I would do. Much
Yeah,
like a
don't-
men's magazine, right? Have what's in the book like sort of labeled on the cover, like 100 questions with fucking blah 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 and J. Scott Campbell interview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing with this is I'm sure they are starting to do that, like Wizard.
Yeah.
Right. I think they did this in homage of Wizard.
Oh, I understand that they're
right?
new and they're growing. You know what I mean?
But I'll bet you if you contact and tell Ben and go, Ben, if you contact these guys and go, hey, what are the following issues that are coming up? One of them could be an interview with Jim Lee, for example. You might want to go, okay, how much is it to buy a full page ad in that Jim Lee book? Because Jim Lee's gonna, you know what I mean?
Not only that, right? Now you're opening my mind even further, because why stop at paying them? This is Ben Dunn. How would you guys like to interview Ben Dunn for your fucking magazine?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right? Because he's a fucking legend, man.
Yeah.
And then we can, get some sort of Ben Dunn cover on here, right? You know what I mean? I'm gonna look into this. I'm actually probably gonna pick one of these up just so I can get their fucking contact info.
I can send you that, dude. I can send you this stuff. You don't have to pick it up.
Yeah, but still having one, if I'm gonna contact and bug them, I'll buy one. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
I found this in my collection. I bought this back in the day. And
yeah.
Right. There was these interviews. I forgot I had these.
I would love to read that one. Michael Turner, of course, big influence. If it wasn't for the Michael Turners, the John Stintsmans, the Randy Queens, the Randy Greens, these cats that were doing Dark Child and Evangeline and Witchblade and Phantom here, and there'd be no Nyobi,
Yep.
Aspen right there,
I remember drawing a lot of his art back then. I remember seeing this cover. Yeah. I love breakdowns. I love seeing this, right? As an artist, I want to see how another artist thinks, right? And the interview helps out a lot.
Show me that page no, other way. It was an ad the other way. 2 more. There we go. Look at that. No, the ad. Yeah. J. Scott Campbell, Danger Girl, right? You got Billy
Volume 2. I don't think I have Volume 2.
Yeah. Well, Locke, this has been wild. It's almost midnight for me, so I do got to bounce because I actually got to.
Yeah.
7.
So there you go. That's my show and tell.
7:30 in the morning, Locke. It's different.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the man now. You got to grind.
Well, I got to grind training for another week, which is like 9 to 4:30, right? So and then after that, it's another 9 to 4:30 of just taking calls, right? Then after that, I start my evening shifts, which is when I go part-time. So I'll be doing like 8 to midnight and 6 to 10. You know what I mean?
Are you going in the office? Or
right now I'm there, but when I start doing my shifts, I'm probably going to just move it here. You know what I mean? Because by then I should be ready. Because I'm going to be taking a week and a half of calls before those shifts start. So if I'm not ready by then I'm not going to be doing this very.
Yeah, they're gonna send you hardware and all the other stuff.
Well, actually, I'll just take the hardware I'm literally using right now home with me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what will happen.
That's
because
cool.
I'm already set up. So let's say, yeah, just take the hard drive there, hook it all up. And I already got the office set for it. So I'm learning and I'm doing, I don't want to brag, but I'm the top of the class. I've done this several times, right? So I'm getting hundreds on all the tests and right? So
you've done this. Yeah, you've already went through it.
So I'm confident that this will work out at least for a while, and it's going to keep things afloat here, and it's going to greatly help me get the next Nyobi moving. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then we'll see what happens after that. We'll see what happens with the brand new Nyobi entry or Savage Syn, whatever it's going to be. It'll be something, right? And hopefully that Kickstarter will be better than the last one we did. And if as long as it's better than what we're doing or about the same, we're okay. Like we're doing $15,000-$16,000. We can put out the book.
That's not too
bad. I would like to see it 25,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what we're aiming for. But listen, man, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Dude. It's been a little while and it's been fun, man. You got some great stuff here. You know what I mean?
Well, this is like 3 weeks worth of stuff I haven't gone to pick up at the LCS. Yeah. That's why.
I only bought 2 books today, and I don't have the camera hooked up. Otherwise, I show them. I picked up an X-Men book, and I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin Training Day. It was a one-shot that they had out.
Oh shit! Was that out? See, I didn't look at any of that. I just came in because my LCS says, "Hey, your sketch is taking up all my."
Get this shit out of here, man! Fuck.
And I said, "Yeah, okay, I'm on my way." So I just literally jumped in. We got like the massive fire that's here. Yeah. And the sky's all red and smoky all day.
Yeah, girl that
and I don't have
a girl that she lives in Toronto. She's in my training class because it's all remote, right? So now it makes sense because she was saying to us that the sky was fucking yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm north, right? So Toronto is a little more smoggy kind of stuff, but up here where I'm at, it's red. Like it's red and orange and all that stuff, and it's dark and gloomy. And I saw ash came down, and I got some in my eyes, and I rubbed the shit of it. And one of my eyes is all red right now because I don't have AC in the car.
Well, stay safe out there, Locke, man. You know what I mean? And I'll do my show until Friday when I come back on. Like I said, it's only 2 books, so there's not really much for me to show. My collecting is really on the downside more than it is on the upside.
Yeah, I don't really have a collection.
For you, that's your money.
Yeah,
you're gonna turn that into more cash. Hopefully, that's a smart plan.
Yeah, that's the
you're
thing,
an artist, man. You got all you did here was bought your canvases. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much it. Right?
Maybe you read a couple of them, and maybe you don't.
Yep.
All right, brother. We'll see you next time.
All right. Later, guys.
So that's Locke, and that's the show. Impromptu show. It was fun though. Like I said, probably back Friday night for sure, and Sam will probably be with us, and we'll see who else may drop on by. So, no Marvel rivals.